Welcome to the show. Oh man, we got an amazing show. Ladies and gentlemen, people, our name Essex is in the house. All right. Would you eat it or not, Nate? I probably screwed up that name again, but we are really looking forward to having you on the show soon. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome to the show. This is the weekly beer and video review show with me, Travel Man Dan, aka Reading Man Dan, aka Movie Man Dan. And here we go. Let's get started. How many people we are? We got 6 people in the room. Be sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Let me know that you're enjoying this show. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. Ring the notifications bell so you're notified when new episodes come out every week. What's up? Freak is in the house. Tenacious Freak, I owe you an apology. We were going to do the big glass that you sent me, and I'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to have to postpone it till next week. Hello, Aquanuts. Welcome to the show, guys. I got some fun stuff. It's going to be a little bit of an irregular beer drinking experience, but we still have to try it out. We still have to investigate. And due to what I'll be doing later, we definitely have to do it because I can't show up buzzed, drunk, or even smelling like alcohol. Love and light, Drunatic is in the house, and I see I got your comments now. I will be answering back, so if you guys comment on the last couple of weeks, oh, don't worry, I'm getting to them. I've just been completely swamped, so I'll swing back around, fill out everything tonight. Welcome to the show. Without further ado, let's get started. Today's show, I will say, if you haven't seen any of the promos out on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, wherever you may have seen it, is going to be a little bit different. Because, hey, what's up? Vishal is in the house. Vishal is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Vishal. How are you? And Sanaya and Ariana, if you are here, give me a big hello. All right. Shouts out to you, young girls. Welcome to the show. Okay. You know, we like to keep a clean show here. Vishal has his daughters in the house. Sanaya, and Ariana, welcome to the show. What a beautiful name. Sanaya is an awesome show. Am I saying that correctly? But I think that's a beautiful name, Vishal. And really, that is just a unique name. And welcome to the show, everybody. Like I was saying before, it's a little bit different. This show, actually, if you haven't noticed already, I have a fresh new haircut, okay? So I was lucky enough to book a new role as an actor on a web series coming out that may be pitched, that you may see it on some network, but we are filming the first day today. So really looking forward to it. I had to cut my hair like this because I'm playing a former Marine and now a forest ranger, Theodore F. Buckland from Arizona, right? Okay. And the first shoot, my call time is at 2 o'clock. So I got to zip on over after we're doing this show. And I wasn't able to go ahead and bring you an alcoholic beverage because I can't show up to set drunk. It's not that you could probably get away with it, especially this type of set. Perfect. Yes, it is. It's going to be hilarious. So what it is a spoof on like the Survivor series, the Bachelor series. It's a spoof. Love your thank you so much, Lunatic. I had this haircut as a young man for a lot of years, and I actually enjoy it, and I'm probably going to keep it. But yeah, it's a spoof on all those fun like contestant shows. You know, there's a mother from Cleveland, there's a social media influencer, and it's all to promote conservation and basically for the environment for a magazine. And we are going to have to live on boats without plastic. So that's all I'm going to leave you with. I'll be sure to go ahead and I'll be filming some behind the scenes stuff. So you're going to get another preview of Movie Man Dan later after the series is completely edited, posted, and out there for the world to see. So you'll be able to then watch the Movie Man Dan episode and then see all the behind the scenes, meet all the people, and then be able to actually watch how this thing shapes up. So looking forward to it. But because of that, we couldn't show up drunk. You know, I just don't do that. I do not drink, usually even the night before when I'm on set. But I want to continue the show. So we're going to have some fun stuff going on. The first beer that we're going to review, and this is, well, maybe you guys could Let me know down in the comments if you like this kind of thing. We're going to be reviewing a non-alcoholic beer, but I also want to branch off eventually and start doing some of these ciders, or some of those bear white claws and bear claws, some of those hard seltzers. We're probably going to do periodically, one or two every once in a while, but today's a non-alcoholic beer, and you wouldn't believe what the non-alcoholic section looks like now. Back in the day, it was maybe O'Doul's, and there was another one. I forget the other one, the other non-alcoholic. Maybe Heineken had one. I forget what it was, but there wasn't many. Maybe 3 or 4. I went last night to the beer store, and I couldn't believe how many friggin' non-alcoholic beers there were. It was awesome. So I picked up this one. It's called Well-Being, and it is an IPA. Oh, all right. They got a little story here. Intentionally brewed to savor the moment, acknowledge the things that bring us gratitude, and inspire kindness to raise well-being. That's their little shtick, their little motto. I like it. I like the can. All right. We use the lightest in brewing technology, but I've never seen an IPA. And by the way, I'm so sorry I forget her name, but I went again to Total Wine and More, and I had the coolest experience because she recognized me from the week before, and she told me her husband was watching the show, and that is amazing. I love that organic growth. I love that organic feel. And I met somebody buying beer, told them about the show, went back the next week, and they said they were watching it, and not only they were watching it, but their husband found it cool. So if you're out there, thank you so much. I totally forget your name. I have it on the sheets because I was running all quickly fast, but thank you for watching it. I have something for you. I'm definitely going to be dropping off a patch, and don't worry, all you guys are still getting your patch. I've just been swamped, okay? I know I'm about 3 months behind, but don't worry, you'll get it. All right, so today's beer is this Well-Being IPA. It is a non-alcoholic beer. Let's see what it tastes like, what it smells like, and what all the hubbub is about. All right, we'll crack this sucker open. It's crazy. It smells just like an IPA. Stinky, piney, hoppy beer. Okay, now who thinks light or dark? Light or dark? What do you guys think? I'm so curious about this thing. All right, now some of the non-alcoholics have like 0.001% alcohol in them. This one has absolutely no alcohol in it. It's 97 calories. 13 of them are medium. Okay, our carbs. It's got 3 grams of protein. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and try out this Well-Being. I'm gonna guess. Well, it's too late for me to guess. All right, look at this astonishing color of the beer. I mean, this is ridiculous. It looks just like a real beer. Holy cow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I don't know why I thought it would look different, but the fact that it's an IPA is even more puzzling. Now, it even has that little gray or smaller vortex going on in there that I talk about when I talk about IPAs. Low carbonation, great head, looks like a great beer. Smells delicious. It's non-alcoholic. Let's go take a sip, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Wow, wow, wow. That is a very interesting flavor. Cheers, everybody. That is so interesting. It tastes just like a regular IPA beer. Now, there is a little hint of difference in there. You don't have the real strong backwash aftertaste of an IPA, that really hoppy flavor. This is more smooth. It's got more of a juice and flat flavor going down, if you will. Almost like a Pops, congrats on that. Thank you, Wonder Strudel. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm really pumped up. Wow, delicious. This is what we're drinking. We are going non-alcoholic today. I can't believe how much this tastes like a real beer. And look at the look of it, right? So sorry about the no. Don't even worry about it, man. You're here. Look at the. If you were to pass this to somebody, and they had no idea that it was non-alcoholic, and he said, "Here, drink this." I bet you they would tell you that it's alcoholic. I bet you they would. It's crazy that it's so similar to a regular IPA. Props to Well-Being. I'm really enjoying this one. Vishal's in the house. His daughters are here. We're pumped up. We got a role to play in a little bit. And well, let's talk about videos that came out last week. I wasn't able to post a regular video, just got caught up with some stuff, so I went ahead and I went live on Friday night, and I did a great, delicious beer called Tangerine. It was from the Lost Coast Brewing Company. I'll be popping up monthly, just doing the just one beer. Next month, stay tuned. I can already tell you we're going to be doing a fun one on St. Patrick's Day here in the United States, which is March 17th. But if you didn't get a chance, hey, Sister Lisa, you said you can't smell like alcohol. Do this smell like beer? It does smell like beer, but it's weird because I feel like when you're alcoholic, how is the price difference between alcoholic versus not? It's pretty similar, especially this one. Let me go back to Tenacious Freak. I'm not really sure. Hopefully I won't be able to, but I won't be drunk. So if I smell a little bit, hopefully I'll be able to wash that off with a shower and a good brushing of the teeth. The price difference is not too bad. I will get into that in a little bit on this little baby. It's quite similar. Like I said, this one is more of well, I've never seen this much detail. And the person working at the store, not the cash register, the person working the store had told me, yeah, I was like, when did non-alcoholic beer become so popular? Because they had like maybe 12 different kinds, right? So, and she's like, well, if you get this one, I can't keep them on the shelves fast enough. People are buying them out. Unfortunately, I didn't buy it because they only had 12 packs of it. Greetings, dear brother and friends. Lisa, welcome to the show. But yeah, so I mean, apparently people are liking it. And with a taste like this off my initial sip, I can see why. I can see why, people feel the peer pressure out and drink. And, maybe they're substituting this. I bet you if you showed up to a party with like 6 of these and didn't say a word and just kept drinking, pouring them in here, you'd walk home, you'd be able to drive, you'd be completely fine. Low in calories, so you still could keep trim, but you can socialize. And for some people and some groups of people, that's really hard. Like the pressure to drink alcohol is real, right? It shouldn't be, but it is, especially when you tend to be in your 20s and you're fit in, if you will. Hey, Carl, welcome to the show. But yeah, anyway, it's an option. But if you had seen my video on the Tangerine for the Just One beer, you got to check it out. Great beer. Lost Coast Brewing Company. We did a few back like a year ago, maybe even further back than that, and I absolutely love those beers. So it's a great company. It's a whole segment. It's a basic, hey, and it's just a free-for-all for me. It's a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, hop on over, check that one out. Yeah, that should be fun. So, like I said before, I'm drinking non-alcoholic because I have a show to do, and I'm really excited. I've mentioned her before on this channel. Her name is Sarah Newton, and she has a channel called Conservation Comedy. But she's also a regular, like, hardcore director, DP, and here in Hollywood. So I'm telling you guys, she's wonderful to work with. She's wonderful to be around, and she's going to be one of the blossoming, young, you can call it female, I'm just going to call it directors here in Hollywood. I bet you in 5 years you're going to see her doing big shows, possibly some giant features. She's really talented. She's hardworking. She's got a great eye for actors and for what she sees in her artistry. And I'm so excited to be working with her and some of the other actors. Like it's an ensemble of 10 different people. And I actually worked with 2 of the other actors before throughout the comedy scene here in Los Angeles. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I got the haircut, got the uniform, and I'll be sure to go ahead and share that with you guys. Thank you, Wonder Strudel, to share that with you guys on Movie Man Dan. This is what we're drinking, guys. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate it, brother. This is a non-alcoholic Well-Being. It's really fantastic. Like I said before, it's a little juicy, not juicy in terms of when you're talking about citric fruits. It's more like Like how a flat apple juice. Yeah, brother. Thank you, Lee. It's more like a flat apple juice, will, or sometimes you see that Martinelli's, that bumbling apple cider, which is also non-alcoholic that people drink when it comes time to New Year's Eve. It's very similar to that, but it's also got that great hoppy taste, that IPA flavor, that familiarity with a cold brew that you would never know that this thing is non-alcoholic. One thing you're not going to see in this video is the Popeye and the red face, right? I'm not going to be getting banged up. You know, when I go ahead and drink IPAs, about halfway into it, I slur a lot, the eye goes down a little bit, and I get all red-faced. Boy, I'm going to look awesome as an old man. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. Looking forward to those days. You know, I'm wearing my old crinkled Yankees hat. Yeah, I know you do. I'm gonna be wearing that old crinkles Yankee hat, sucking down beers and all that fun stuff. But anyway, moving right along, let's get into the COVID talk. There is a new vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson, one shot only. Looking forward to that. I'm really excited. I don't know where Barrow is. Barrow, are you up there? I can see 11 people in the room. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Barrow, if you're here, check in, say hello to us. The vaccines, one shot Johnson & Johnson, I don't care which one I get, I'm going to get one. I'm hearing rumors that they're going to go ahead and make essential workers kind of bump up to get their vaccine here in California. And when I talk about essential, is basically there's different points of essential. There's essential frontline workers like paramedics, nurses, doctors, anybody in the health profession. But then you have essential workers like myself, like Nate, who are working in construction each and every day that haven't stopped working in the home building, construction world. So, you know, if it makes us safer because we are in contact with a lot of people, line me up. I'm ready for whatever one you got. I'm ready for it. So that's the vaccine news and the COVID and talk and all that. But let's move on. Guys, I don't know how else to say this, but the United States is very weird. There is some sad news going on here. And I don't know if you saw it out there, but apparently Hasbro is changing the marketing outlook of Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. All right. They have now jumped onto the woke society, the cancel culture, whatever you want to call it. I find it very peculiar, but they've came out and they've said, no, we're not changing the Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head. We're just calling it Potato Head. Then at the bottom of the package, it says Mr. Potato Head. So, you know, in fairness to them, that is probably right, but they don't want to be they don't want to be insensitive, and they want to go ahead and represent toys as being toys, and the children that play with them, that they can make their decisions upon their own thoughts and not be steered in any type. As you can see, I don't even know how the hell to frame this thing up. All right, it's Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. It's a man potato and a woman potato. Just leave it as that. You know, I don't know. It's very strange, but it is happening. And that's all I want to say on that topic. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but I remember playing with Mr. Potato Head, and well, that's that. Also in the news. This is kind of really effed up, but Lady Gaga, who I actually really like as an actress and as a performer and artist and stuff, had her dogs. Yeah, people be weird. Damn right, Wonderstruel. Had her dogs stolen, and if you've seen it, the poor dog walker, I don't know, he's probably doing one of those dog walking apps or whatever, and you know, he's walking celebrity dogs. But you see him out in this neighborhood in Beverly Hills. The car pulls up, somebody jumps out, they have a little tussle. And then the people shoot the guy and take 2 of the 3 dogs and take off. Unbelievable. And they were French bulldogs. They were returned by a lady. And when the offer of $500,000 was put out there, oh, how mysteriously they were found, right? So there's an ongoing investigation into the person that returned them. You never know how these things work out. You know, somebody could have stolen them, already had this pre-planned, and now they're returning them through a cousin of a cousin of a sister of somebody that you went to school with, and then they all split the money. But somehow, some way, those dogs are back in Lady Gaga's hands. Now, the sad part, the thing that I think most people are overlooking, it's so sad that the dogs were stolen, but this poor young dog walker, man, got shot. Got shot 4 times. If you've heard his 911 call, it's a bit terrifying, right? You're out walking dogs, doing your thing, and somebody comes up and shoots you for them. I mean, can you friggin' believe that? I mean, in a neighborhood like Beverly Hills, over a bunch of dogs, no honor, and I'm just shocked at this whole story, and that greedy people, karma will come. I hope so. I really do, because there was no need for that. You didn't pay for the dogs. They're not your dogs. You didn't care for them dogs, and you have no right to take them dogs. And people think that they're allowed to go and just rob things, and the consequences in the United States, unfortunately, are not very tough on people, if you ask me. And something like this poor man who was walking these dogs actually protected the one. Super sad. Going have gone down. Yeah, yeah. You're lucky. That's another reason I love Denmark, I guess. But he could have lost his life. Luckily, the dogs were returned and the dog walker's okay. But I thought that I would bring that up. Such a crazy story, right? I mean, of all the things. So, yeah, there it is. I guess, why don't you just save up and buy yourself some French bulldogs? There's an idea. Anyway, moving on. This is Black History Month. Guys, I always want to go ahead and bring to the spotlight somebody that is not as well recognized as some of the African Americans throughout history. And I'm going to bring up somebody that I think is very important. I think that is very special and that really doesn't get the recognition that she deserves. We're talking about Rebecca Lee Crumpler, okay? That's a lot of money the dog walkers walk. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. But it's more, obviously Lady Gaga has the money, and having your dogs taken away from you is a terrible, terrible thing. But anyway, we're talking about Black History Month. I would like to recognize Rebecca Lee Crumpler. Happy as well. I don't have one. Yeah. And she was born in 1831, and she lived into 1895. And the reason she is being recognized and is popular, she was the first black female doctor in the United States. After attending the prestigious Massachusetts private school, West Newton English and Classical, she worked as a nurse for 8 years until applying. Love the show. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Thank you, Frank. Yes. All right. So we are talking about Rebecca Lee Crumpler. She worked as a nurse for 8 years until applying to medical school in 1860 at the New England Family Medical College. She was accepted and would go on to graduate 4 years later. Yes, Massachusetts. All right. Though it is little known of her career, okay, it was reported that she worked as a physician for the Freedmen's Bureau for the state of Virginia. She later practiced in Boston's predominantly black neighborhood at the time, Beacon Hill. And she published a book of medical discourses in 2 parts. All right, check it out, guys. So this is Rebecca Lee Crumpler, and she was the very first African-American medical doctor. That is pretty cool. That is amazing. And, for her to go into school in 1860, right before the Civil War broke out, that is really, a lot of bravery and courage that this woman had to go. I'm sure she was persecuted, and even in being in New England, Massachusetts, she faced a lot of struggles. But she went on to go ahead and graduate and become successful. And I wanted to go ahead and take this time, because it is the last week of Black History Month here in the United States, to recognize Rebecca Lee Crumpler was the first black female doctor in the United States. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, these little things, like I said, and look, I'm telling you, I'm actively recruiting people to be doing the next segment, which is show and tell. If you want to take a crack here or there at what would you rather, please let me know. Okay, we're going to be bringing in Nate Nate is going to be doing Would You Eat It or Not? It's going to be starting up on March 14th. And we're bringing everybody's favorite back on the show. He's going to be doing the first couple, if not more, and continuing on with this day in history. And I'm talking about BC, baby. We're bringing BC in on the show. So stay tuned for that. We got some epic stuff coming. And I'm really excited about it all. I hope that you guys are. It's going to be March 14th. We're bringing all this in. Nate will eat it. I bet on it. Nate will. Nate is, I've seen him eat some crazy stuff. I want to do a shout out on the last day of February for Sir Charles Barkley. Thanks, Lisa. I know you've always been a fan of Charles Barkley. Thank you very much for that shout out. All right. Yeah. So sounds fun. If you're interested in a show and tell, you can do it right from your house. I'll send you the link before the show, and then I'll pipe you in when we're ready for you. Please, you guys have carte blanche. You're the first ones if you decide that you want to do it. Definitely the loyalty. I want to be able to show support. So whatever, if you want to show something, but just please don't show anything disgusting, discriminating. Don't be rude. Don't be vulgar, because I do have the power to switch you off. And I probably, if I get somebody, I know I trust in you guys, but if I get somebody on there, they won't be welcomed back to the show. Anyway, that's that. If you're interested, shoot me an IG, shoot me a message down below in the comments after the show. Let me know you're interested. I'll get in touch with you. And throughout the year, I'll send you the link when time's up. All right, here we go. We're drinking this. It is non-alcoholic well-being IPA. Look at the beauty on that thing. That thing looks like it belongs in a bar, okay? Not that non-alcoholics shouldn't be in a bar, because people do have problems, right? Recovering alcoholics and things like that. No bling. Yeah. Well, no bling bots, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a swig. One thing that I can really kind of mention about this non-alcoholic beer is it is quite flat. All right, it's a little bit flatter than a regular IPA. Some of the sting that you get, how was the beer like? Liquid? Yeah, it is. It's definitely liquidy, but it's a flat flavor. It does have a hoppy flavor to it. It's not a bad beer at all. Listen, if this thing had some alcohol and I could feel it, I would definitely put it up there with a lot of other beers, even as a non-alcoholic. But the thing that we all like about beer, let's not lie, is the buzz that it brings to us, right? That's always the fun stuff. But not a bad beer. As we continue to go through it, what I'm most surprised is they were able to go smoking dirt. What I was most surprised is, thank you, Lisa, is how they were able to replicate an IPA. That's so cool. Love it. From the color to the taste to the smell, it definitely is on par with another IPA that you would drink that has alcohol in it. All right, 3 things that I want to bring up, I think, that are important. I just wanted to bring this up as I have some thoughts is, what are you doing for physical exercise? Make sure that you're staying fit somehow, some way. It could be some high impact, whether you're pumping weights or whether you're doing some low impact stuff that you're trying to just keep your body in motion, keep your energy flowing, all the blood moving through the muscles and keeping those joints oiled up and stuff through natural movement. So whatever you can do, whether it's walk, yoga, lift weights, parkour, CrossFit, whatever your thing is, I hope that you're doing some type of physical activity out there. The second thing is, I hope that you are, you're learning something, whatever it is. Have a mentor. Be taught something. I think so often in life that we go through, and whatever that may be, you don't have to have a mentor, but it's always good. But I definitely think that you should always be actively learning something, whether that's a language, how to cook, something in the tool shed, some scientific thing, historic thing, whatever your thing is, whatever your interest is. Find somebody that can teach you. Find something that you don't know that you want to know about and learn about it. I guarantee you it'll be good for your overall health. And the last thing, go somewhere new. Always go somewhere new. Travel Man Dan, that's the whole thing about it. I'm not traveling as much as I possibly can or will be, but I definitely think that's really, really important, is to always go somewhere new. Because if you live in a box, your perspective only sees that square. But as you start to travel and you go over here and you go here and you meet new people and you try new things and you experience all these kinds of different aspects and things that are out of your box, you gain a whole new perspective in life. And this, I think, is majorly important, if not the most important thing for your mental and emotional health. I just thought I would drop those on you. I was thinking about it. I think about it a lot. I think just, being physical helps your body, right? The physical part of your body. Learning something helps your mind, right? It helps and definitely keeps those wheels turning and staying creative. And I'm not talking just acting, artist, world, whatever it is. And then lastly, I think going out and seeing something new really helps you. Thank you, Frank. Really helps you in your heart at understanding things and being able to put yourself in other people's position and having that perspective. Anyway, just wanted to drop that onto you. Let's continue on to one of our favorite segments. Is called What Would You Rather? And it's already time. We're cruising through because I'm trying to go a little bit faster so I can get to the set and be well reversed and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be a fun one. What would you rather? You can let me know down right here, or you can wait till the end of the show and leave the comments. Now, it might go a week and I don't get to them, but I will get to them and I will answer you. I promise you that. I scour through my comments and I always get back to people that took the time to answer. So if you want to answer now, great. If you want to answer later, I'll get to it. All right, here we go. What would you rather? Would you rather go and see the Taj Mahal in India or the Great Pyramids in Egypt? All right, couple of man-made wonders of the world, two very distinct, amazing regions of the world, two cool places full of lots of diversity in food and flavor. And well, the coolest thing is you get to see those giant buildings. And when I mean buildings, I'm not only talking about Taj Mahal, I guess the pyramids, because they were built. So what would you rather? That's a tough one. Have fun. Recorded. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lunatic. Sorry. Yeah, I can't wait. So for me, that's a tough one because I want to see them both, and I will see them both. India has always fascinated me, as same with Egypt and the pyramids. The desert, I think, is mesmerizing. Okay, pyramids for Lunatic, very nice. I think there's something really cool about the desert. I had never really seen it until I moved out west. But then when you get to like a desert like out there in Egypt, it's a whole new world. All that sand and stuff. I was able to see it in Western China, and I can't imagine seeing the pyramids and how magnificent they would be. But for me, I really want to see India. I want to indulge in the culture, and I want to see the Taj Mahal. I want to go there. I want to see that epic building. I think it's so pretty. I'm going to see them both, but for me, I would rather at this point go see the Taj Mahal. All right, number 2. What would you rather? Okay. Now, this is a question I'm curious to know. Maybe you do not have these in America. Maybe you do. I mean, in your country, but we have them in America. Which do you prefer? We're talking about potato chips. Which would you rather? Would you rather have, and these are Lay's. Lay's salt and vinegar. Okay, salt and vinegar. And, yes, and go see Barrow. Or do you prefer Lay's sour cream and chives? Okay, very, very different tastes. Very, very, same brand, okay? The chip is light, it's thin, okay? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the salt and vinegar taste, or do you prefer the sour cream and onion? That's a tough one. That's a real tough one because I like them both. But if I had to choose one, I'm going to choose the salt and vinegar. For me, that's a great flavor, and nothing against the sour cream and onion, but I feel like sometimes when you eat potato chips that are sour cream and onion for the sister, I feel like you're getting gypped because, obviously the chip is the potato and the sour cream and the onion. And I want a real baked potato. I love that real flavor. Okay, sour cream for Lunatic, okay? But for me, I feel like I'm getting gypped with the sour cream. I want to go with the salt and vinegar. I love the taste of salt and vinegar, all right? The contrast between the two are delicious, especially if you got a cold beverage. I I picked Lay's because they make that. I'm not sure where you guys stand, if you have Lay's or you have something else. Salt and vinegar for B, me too. I actually don't really love Lay's. I think their potato chip is too thin and always gets stuck in the craters of my teeth. But I definitely like the crinkle cut. The crinkle cut is my favorite of potato chips. But anyway, that's which one I would provide. It's an April 28th thing. Yes, it is. It is an April 28th thing. I'm excited about that. Now, moving on, let's go to the next thing. Number 3. What would you rather watch? They're both great movies, but I'm curious because they're both that kind of movie that leaves that long-lasting impression. I'm talking about Tom Hanks and Catch Me If You Can. Brilliant movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, just absolutely brilliant. Love that movie. All right. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. Or would you prefer to watch Good Will Hunting? Ooh, Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. Really great. Did I say Ben Affleck? Ben Affleck? Affleck. All right. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because both of them were great. And I was looking at a movie list of the 100 greatest movies, and they were actually quite far away. So I'm not sure if they were rated differently or if they were just putting them on the list in no order. But both were amazing movies. I loved them both at the time, and I watched them back several times, and I like them still. Good Will Hunting is classic. I love it. I love that brash, kind of blue collar, rough and tumble Matt Damon. He goes to Harvard. Of course, Robin Williams is one of my top 5 favorite actors ever. But there's just something to say about Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio, the way the story is written, the fact that it was a true story, Tom Hanks, just an amazing overall movie. And for me, I'm going to go with Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you've seen those movies, what you feel about it. Let me know on the comments below which one you would prefer to watch, which one you would rather. And if you haven't, make sure you go check it out. They're awesome. All right, number 4. Number 4. Where would you rather go? Would you rather go to an escape room? Now, an escape room are a lot of fun. They put you in this closed, boxed-off room. All of them are different. They have a theme to them, and you got to try to find the key that gets everybody out. Me personally, I've never been to an escape room. I hear a lot of great things. I hear a lot of people enjoy it. Nice Aquanuts, but I've never been to one. Or would you prefer to go to laser tag? Okay, I mean a cool laser tag, not like 80s style laser tag. I mean a real good laser tag. Things are much more advanced right now with all the darkness and all the cool, you would wear the thing where if you got hit, it would blink, and the lasers are different. And it's just a high energy game of strategy and like laser fighting. I think I'm in a Star Wars movie type stuff. Which one would you prefer to do? The escape room or laser tag? Now, like I said, I've never been to an escape room, so I have no opinion to draw my experiences on, but I definitely would like to go and check it out. Maybe when things open up here in Los Angeles, we can go and check it out, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. But I absolutely love laser tag. I loved it as a kid. I still love it now. Sometimes it can feel a little corny, like, you should be doing paintball, but the corniness is kind of what I like about it. I always feel like I'm on a movie set or something like that, and at the end of the day, it's fun. You get a little exercise. So for me, I'm choosing laser tag. All right, here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is going to be fun. Number 5 is going to be a little bit raunchy. This goes to my buddy Nate. Nate, I don't know if you have any interest in this thing, but here we go. Which would you prefer to eat? Okay. Would you prefer to eat a skunk? Okay. Yes. Awesome, Aquanuts. Would you like to eat a skunk, right? I mean, they skin it, they prepare it well, but it is a skunk. You're not going to eat that smelly gland that they use to spray people, but it is a skunk, okay? And people get turned off by that kind of thing. But it's prepared just like it would be a chicken, a piece of meat, a piece of beef, maybe like a Cornish hen type thing. Would you prefer to eat a skunk, or would you prefer to eat a salamander? Ooh, like a big salamander. You know the giant salamanders? And if you don't know what a salamander is, It's a cross between a lizard and like a snake, and they live in the water, and they're just real slimy. They come in all different shapes and sizes, but a giant salamander is like this huge, I don't know, they're really big type slimy lizard in the water. I don't know how I feel about that, but it would definitely be interesting. And how you would eat that, you would eat it much like you would frog legs and things like that. Like it would be chopped up and sauteed, so you'd have that rubbery lizard skin. Okay, well, skunk, neither. I'd keep them both as pets. Yeah, I know. People will definitely keep them both as pets, but this is the show of what would you rather, and you got to pick one. So for me, oh, Drunatic going with the salamander. Good. Okay, so for me, I don't know how I feel about it. I absolutely definitely like frog legs. If it's done right in China, like Hunan style, they're delicious. Jens, I don't know if you've ever tried them before, but if you had, let me know what you think. But there's something about trying a skunk too that's a little bit of a turnoff. So I'm not really sure. Depends on how they're prepared. But if I had to choose one for the sake of the game, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say fry me up a little bit of skunk. Yes. Okay. And definitely looking forward to trying that. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's fictitious, right? I'm not going to try a skunk. I'm not going to kill a skunk. I'm not going to grab a skunk that's been killed off the road and try cooking it. We'll just pretend that if it was possible here on What Would You Rather, I would prefer to eat a skunk over a salamander. Hey guys, that's it for What Would You Rather. I hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you could, after this episode is over, go ahead and put down your answers in the comments below. That really helps out with people's, not only we have people watching, we have view time goes up. The comments always help on any one of my videos. So let me know your What Would You Rather. I'd love to hear from you. Guys, man, where is Greg Z? And you know who I really miss a lot too is Aston. We haven't seen Aston in months. But anyway, maybe they'll come back after the non-alcoholic beer. If you're just hopping on, this is what we're drinking is the Well-Being non-alcoholic IPA. I'm going to go ahead and chug this down. I'm going to score it, and we're going to move on with the second part of the show. Unbelievable. And Barrow, I know, Barrow is missing today. Barrow never misses. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do show and tell. So, let me go ahead and get now the score going for this one. We'll hop on over to show and tell, and then we'll start with the second half of the show. So, here we go. The next thing I want to talk about is the taste. Okay, we have the scorecard. The scorecard continues to stay this way. I will go ahead and change it later, but for right now, I'm actually enjoying the way that we do it. The taste for a non-alcoholic beer and an IPA non-alcoholic beer, I gotta say it's amazing. It's flat in flavor, right? You don't get the carbonation and the backwash that you get from a regular from a regular beer. But I will say that it is really tasty, and the makers of this IPA non-alcoholic have done a wonderful job. A wonderful job. I'm blown away at the taste of it. And the reason I'm going to give it a high score is the comparison to what it would be if it was an alcoholic beer or a regular beer, if you will. So, with that being said, when it comes to non-alcoholic beer, the Well-Being IPA is delicious, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 4.0. 4.0, not a bad score at all. All right, price point. This is what we were talking about earlier, Jens. This is a 16-ounce pint glass, okay, or pint can, if you will. Now, typically when you buy this one, aside from it being a really obscure brewery, a really well-crafted, small place that only puts out a certain amount of beers, a very little batch, if you will, this beer right here is actually not bad. It's only $2.99, okay? So it's right on par with a lot of other IPAs, a lot of other 16-ounce cans, a lot of other beers that people are going to buy. Like I said, of course, if it's a very, very small place, it's it's a handcrafted. They're all handcrafted, Danny. And, well, something that is less popular, sometimes they'll spike it and it'll be like a $6 can. But this one, $2.99, great price point. If you bought a 6-pack of it, you're looking, and with the tax, just under 20 bucks. You know, that could be expensive for a 6-pack, but you do get a lot of beer. But if you just wanted to try what a non-alcoholic beer tasted like for $2.99, I don't think that's a bad deal. I think that's a fair price, and I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. 3.5. Now let's get into the design. The design of this beer is actually pretty cool. It's got all kinds of hippie symbols and weird little things going on in there. And yeah, I don't know. It says right on it, proudly non-alcoholic, which is kind of cool. It's a little hard to tell what the name of the beer is, but as you look, it's blended in there with the font. It's got a couple swirly curlies, silver can, which is kind of cool. I like how they made the IPA a different font, and they put a big yellow tag on it to make you aware that this isn't just a non-alcoholic beer. This is an IPA non-alcoholic beer. I thought that was a small little genius move. You sure you don't have a buzz from this? Yeah, I promise you. I'm just, I'm flowing. I'm feeling good. And I hope that you're enjoying the show. By the way, let me say thanks again for you guys showing up and supporting me. But really, great can. You know, it's on par with all the other stuff out there. I just can't. When I showed it to my friend, he was like, "That's not alcoholic." I'm like, "Yeah, man. It looks like an alcoholic IPA would." So, with that being said, nothing really wows me on that can. I think the can itself is cool. I think the artwork is cool, and I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. 3.5 is a good score. Now, let's go on to accessibility. Cheers, Aquanuts. Let's go on to accessibility. Now, this beer I have never heard of, Well-Being. I've only seen it at one place, Total Wine and More. Now, I'm going to say that this thing is probably hard to get. I don't know, Frank, if you can find this in Massachusetts. I don't know if you guys are finding this in Denmark. Probably not anywhere in Asia. Probably not in Africa. And I can guarantee you won't be able to find this thing in South America. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, some little store over there, some foreign store somewhere. But really, it's not really well produced and mass produced here in the United States. So therefore, I don't see it being put out there to a lot of places. It is actually brewed in Missouri and Maryland Heights. So, you know, as of, like I said, first time I've seen it, not a very accessible non-alcoholic beer. I think that if people learn more about it and they tasted it, it could blow up here in the United States. But as far as I'm concerned, it kind of ranks really low when it comes to accessibility, which is going to hurt the overall score. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2.0. A 2.0, okay? Very hard to find, which some people might want to give it a higher score because it's harder to find. I look at it the other way. Accessibility to me is how much reach, how many people can go in and purchase this beer without having to look for it. It's just there. Obviously, we've not gotten a 5.0, but a 5.0 would be something like a Budweiser or a Heineken or you know, a Coors or something like that. But we'll reach one of those one day. This one, kind of an obscure drink, hard to find. We're going to give it a 2.0. The last one, the TMD factor. Guys, I was very skeptical about doing non-alcoholic beer. I didn't know how you would feel about it. I didn't know how I would feel about it. I always like a good buzz on a Sunday afternoon. But like I said, I'm going to the show later, so I had it. I will continue the show. I was contemplating actually postponing the show and canceling it this week. But we went on, we did it, and I got to say, for the TMD factor, I haven't missed a beat in terms of flavor. I think that this beer is an outstanding choice if you're a recovering alcoholic, if you're going to be driving later and you want to fit in or socialize, or if you just want to taste the beer. I think that's amazing. I think they nailed it with this beer. I think it's an excellent choice for a non-alcoholic beer, and that's why I'm going to give it a really solid score for the TMD factor of a 4.0. So let me go ahead and tally this thing up, and I'll give you the total score on this non-alcoholic beer. Okay, so we have a total score of the non-alcoholic Well-Being of a 17. A 17. Okay, right there is the bar. Okay, 17 is telling you that it's a decent beer, right? And the thing, if you look closely, it scored really well on a lot of them, except for accessibility. But really, delicious beer. If you get a chance, if you're strolling through your supermarket, if you're at a specialty beer store, if you just want to try it, have a great weekend, everyone. Hey, thank you for Shaw. Appreciate it. Much love to you and the family. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, Ariana. Goodbye, Sonia. And have a good one, man. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, not a bad score, right on par. Par for me is 17. Kind of like the percentage of alcohol is 6% on the show. The par score is 17. Excuse me. So not bad. All right, moving on. Let's roll into show and tell. And let me show you guys this friggin' book that I got. Okay, I know this is not. What are you reading? What are you watching? This right here is. Oh, I'm sorry. That is. What am I reading? Show and tell. Sorry, it slipped. I don't know where this came from, guys. I got sent this box the other day. Okay, yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. No idea where this came from. If you checked out Just One Beer, I mentioned it. I didn't know where it was from. It says Associated Vignettes. Okay, I opened this sucker up and look at somebody has sent me. I have no idea where this came from. So if it's one of you guys here, please let me know. And then check it out. It's in this little egg crate, whatever. I open this thing up, and boom. Hello, everyone from Sunny Nut. Yes, Calvin, welcome to the show. Look at this. Somebody sent me a bottle of house wine. And look at this label. How friggin' cool is that? I have no idea where this came from. I may have even ordered it. But this is what came in the mail. It's a 2018 red. I don't know where it came from. So if any one of you guys sent this to me, please let me know. This is what I want to show you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to wait to find out how it was sent to me or where it came from. I know I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I definitely like a nice glass of wine when I'm out around a campfire or maybe day drinking and having a lunch or whatever. But isn't that cool? I got a cool bottle of wine. And that's what I wanted to show with you. And, you know, not to say, hey, look at me, I got cool stuff I got. I just wanted to bring it up that, you know, if one of you guys sent this to me, thank you so much. And, well, I will definitely affirm before drinking where it came from, because I don't know, maybe they put something in it. You just never know. Well, there it is. That's today's show and tell. You got to tell how to send you stuff. I want to send it for. Okay. Nice. Thank you, Aquanuts. Frank, I will. I believe we're friends on Facebook. And like I said, don't ever feel obligated. Thank you, Drunatic. Don't ever feel that way. I'm super gracious to receive a gift from you guys. I will never forget when Drunatic sent me those chocolates, when Tenacious Freak and Aquanuts sent me those glasses, and when Martin sent me the Jim Kelly autographed jersey. Just really a lot of love, and trust me, and you know, cousin Brian sent me some stuff. Greg Z sent me a beer. I will be reciprocating that back to you and sending you merchandise. So don't worry, you will get it. It's just a slow crawl because I do work full time as well as hosting all this channel. So thank you so much, guys. If this bottle of wine came from any one of you, just let me know. Other than that, Frank, let me know. I would love to try and review whatever you got there on the East Coast. Thank you, Drunatic. All right, moving right along. Let's get into the next beer. Is also a non-alcoholic beer. I'm angling to see a review of Berkshire. Oh, I want to try that Treehouse out there in Massachusetts. That's the one I want to try. Anyway, guys, this one's fun. This one is interesting because I absolutely love German beers. Absolutely love this brand. I don't think we've ever reviewed it here, but we're going to review the non-alcoholic version, and that is the Bitburger, non-alcoholic. Really cool. It is 0.0% alcohol. It's 11.2 fluid ounces. Okay, German beer. So Deutschland Brauen Heist. Let's see, is it a twist off? No, it's not. Okay, so we need to grab our lid. Sorry about that, guys. Look at my coffee machines. All right, so we need to use this to crack it open. Let's go ahead, pop this sucker open. Oh man, take a smell of that, baby. Whew. That is malty, right? That is a beautiful malty pilsner. And as I smell it, it smells exactly like a pilsner. Really, really flavorful. All right, let's clear your sinuses up. Now, this is probably going to be super light. How do I know? I just have a feeling. Amber beer. Oh, you guessed an amber. Jordan takes guessing dark. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, I'm guessing that light. Look at this sucker. Okay, this is quite light. It is a pilsner. Okay, very well carbonated, as you can see. You got the bubbles, and they're blasting away, and they're already at the top, and they formed the head. Okay, so but look at this thing. This is quite light. It does look exactly like a beer. One thing that is the most dominant feature of this beer right away is the smell. Okay, I got a real strong aroma wafting off of this cup of beer into my nose, pleasure in my senses of some nice, grainy, malty, grassy, pilsner flavored beer. But there's no alcohol in it. So let's go ahead and try it out. Yes, cheers to you guys. Let me take a first sip of the Bitburger non-alcoholic. Smell-o-vision. I like that, Calvin. Maybe one day. Wow, delicious. Really delicious. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's a great beer. Tastes just like a regular beer should taste like. No booze, no good. So now you show up, Dad. After you finally, I'm working today. I'll be on set. So you know, after I'm done filming, I will definitely come home. I'm gonna have a little G&T's, gin and tonics, when I come home, or maybe a gin martini, but to celebrate on set. But yeah, really good actually, really good. This is what we're drinking. It's got a great malty flavor. When you first sip it and swig it down, it tastes just like a regular pilsner. It's ice cold. It's got really good carbonated like bubble action going on. So you feel the carbonation. For some people, that's a must, right? That's why they like it. If you've ever tried a flat beer before, it's a much different taste than the carbonation. And just like a pop or a soda water as opposed to a juice, it's quite different. But for this one, hey, Travel Man Dad, I love it. I love it, freak. By the way, was the screen kind of, by the way, I don't know. I don't know why it's foggy. Is it bad foggy, or is it? It shouldn't be foggy, but I'm clear on my end, guys. Let me know how it looks. But yeah, so really good. The Bitburger, first sip, first impression, really good. All right, going on to the videos that are coming out next week. Next week is another well, we'll call it a mini marathon, a mini stretch. I'm so excited about it. Starting tomorrow is going to be the first of the Dr. Seuss week books. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Dr. Seuss's birthday is Tuesday. So throughout schools, oh, okay, sorry, Calvin. Throughout schools, educators, education, they really crank out Dr. Seuss for this week. They put on his books, they put on his movies, they put on people's stories about him, they draw about him, they go ahead, they try, you know, in some schools they write books about Dr. Seuss, or they write their own children's book, just to kind of celebrate and commemorate the great Dr. Seuss. So I went ahead and did 5 videos of Reading Man Dan that are coming out this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all on Dr. Seuss's books. Gonna be awesome. You're gonna see a new one each and every day. First one, I'll give you a little preview, is gonna be this one. It is Dr. Seuss, The Great Doodler. And this is a really fun book because it's not so much one of Dr. Seuss's books. It's actually a biography about Dr. Seuss, who Dr. Seuss was. Did you know his real name? Ted Geisel? Do you know where he lived? He lived in La Jolla, California. And do you know about his tour in the Army? Do you know about what he did in that tower of his? Well, you'll find out everything on this book on Reading Man Dan. I think that's important. And then, of course, on the day of Dr. Seuss's birthday, we're going to be bringing you one of his favorite books, The Happy Birthday to You. So children around the world, you guys will be able to celebrate Dr. Seuss. You can watch my videos. You can check it out. I have a lot of friends that are educators and teachers, so hopefully they can go ahead and pass these videos around and just go ahead and promote and bring some value to children, just as if I was in the classroom reading Dr. Seuss. Well, now they can just watch it on YouTube, and that's the whole fun and joy of reading Mandan. So all next week you will see a new video out. I believe Wednesday's video is this one, which is is a great book. Oh, the Things You Can Think. Okay. And then I think Friday is my favorite Dr. Seuss book, especially to make a video. And it's Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You Too? And it is so much fun. I really got into it, making sounds. It really helps children with the beginning phonetic sounds of the English language. So, that's the cool thing about Dr. Seuss is he made children's books not only fun and enjoyable to read, but they actually had some benefit to how to learn as children, because before children would get these long elaborate children's books like Bam, Green Eggs and Ham from but when Dr. Seuss started cranking out books, they actually had some purpose with the way the phonetics were, how to pronounce words, how the rhymes were, and really helped kids' literature back in the 60s and 70s and even throughout today. So great impact. Really happy to make those videos. You can check them out. And hope that you get a chance to check out at least one, if not all of them. Let me know what you think. But next week, all week, Dr. Seuss. If you're just hopping on, we're rolling a little bit faster today. One, because, we don't have the Popeye and the red face, and we're not drinking alcohol. We're doing non-alcoholic. This is what we're on right here, the Bitburger from Germany. It's a delicious Pilsner. It's got a real light hint of malt. In 5 years, my birthday book is perfect to me. Can't. Thank you, Drew Tech. All right, it's got a really nice cereal flavor to it. And really tasty. It's kind of like, one thing I really like about German beer is, it's kind of like Korean tea. When you drink Korean tea, it tastes like you're eating something, like that brown, mealy rice. But German beer, you feel like you're eating something. You feel like you got, the malt and the caramel flavor. Then you got the cereal and the grassy flavor. And just really overall a tasty, delicious, non-alcoholic beer. All right, moving on. Guys, it's time for This Day in History. I'll be handing this segment over to BC in 2 weeks. BC will be a regular on the show. I'm so excited about it. He's a history buff. He really loves and dives into this. But for now, I'll be reading that. And here we go on This Day in History, February 28th, 1759. Pope Clement the 8th. Pope Clement the 13th allows the Bible to be translated into various languages. Wow, that is crazy, right? We can't even fathom that the Bible wasn't written in our language, but actually it wasn't in any other language until 1759 when Pope Clement III allowed it to be transcribed. So, if you're interested in researching that, you can find out exactly what languages it was transcribed in and where it was spread first. Going on in this day in history, on February 28th, 1883, the very first United States vaudeville theater opens in Boston, Massachusetts. Vaudeville, baby. All right. If you don't know, vaudeville was kind of like a variety act, all kinds of crazy people. It was a subsidiary of the circus that was brought to towns all over the United States, where performers would, they would do comedy, they would sing, they would do magic tricks, they would do weird and obscure variety things. And vaudeville, vaudeville was pretty cool. And it's very cool as an artist to learn this kind of stuff, because vaudeville, although you might look at it now and think it's ridiculous and you might compare it to street performing, it was the very first kind of aspect of people going and performing on the road, and which then a lot of the original vaudeville performers were brought to light in movies. They were then now in the eventually the silent movies came about, and so they were plucking people from these vaudeville shows. But the very first one was in 1883. All right, this day in history, on February 28th, 1953, Francis Crick and James Watson discovered the chemical structure of a DNA molecule, a double helix polymer. Okay, and why that's important? Well, they figured out how the branched DNA formation was. I can't get into it too specific because I just don't know. And scientifically, I'm not going to sound like I do. But if you want to find out more about it, it's a huge step in innovation, not only in health, but throughout the world, and learning the human body and how it operates and how we attack diseases, how we look at structures within the body, how we look at body systems. DNA is a major component when we look at the human body. And on this day in history, Francis Crick and James Watson in 1953 discovered the chemical structure of a DNA molecule. That's pretty badass. I mean, I'm just talking on YouTube and drinking beer. These guys are discovering DNA molecules. All right, February 28th, this day in history, in 1960, the home team, United States, wins its very first Olympic hockey gold medal at Squaw Valley with a 9-4 win over Czechoslovakia. At that time, it was called Czechoslovakia. Now it's called Czech Republic. But hey, a lot of people always talk about the United States winning in 1980, the miracle on ice. But this was the before miracle. In 1960, U.S. was not a highly touted country to win the ice hockey championship, and they did. That in 1960, and the one that they won in 1980 was the only time we've won gold at the Olympics. So yeah, I thought that I would bring that one to light in sports. In 1960, the United States men's hockey team won the gold medal in hockey. All right, and this day in history, February 28th, 1993, a gun battle erupts near Waco, Texas, at a Branch Davidian, okay, am I saying that right? Davidian compound after FBI attempts a raid. Okay, 4 FBI agents were killed and 5 devoted Davians, okay, that was named after the David Koresh following, and they were this weird cult in Waco, Texas. But on this day in history, 1993, the FBI stormed them because they had a, what do you call it, subpoena for that something was going on with children and pedophiles and people like that. So they went in there to go see what was going on. A gun battle erupted. I don't know if you remember this. I certainly do. But then there were people killed, obviously. And then it was a 51-day standoff where eventually the whole place was burnt down. And of the 85 remaining Davians that were left inside the building, 76 had perished. Some had burned, and some were even shot by other Davians. We don't know why, but after the remains were recovered, this is the kind of investigation that they found out. So that's this day in history. Guys, I hope that you... Oh, we forgot one more. I'm sorry. On this day in history, on February 28th, 2019, YouTube announces it will stop all comments on videos featuring children because of pedophiles leaving inappropriate comments. Well, I mean, what a bunch of... This world is effed up, right? And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't promote Reading Man Dan to children's only, okay? Because the comments are disabled and things like that. I keep it so that if parents can see it, they can watch it, and if they want to show their kids, they can. But it just goes to show you where our society is, that people would be out there, and they're dangerous people. These people are scuzz buckets. They're the lowest of the low, scumbag pedophiles. And they would go and leave dirty comments on YouTube videos with kids on it. I mean, how low can you be? I'm glad YouTube stepped up, and that's for the better. Hey, guys, that's this day in history. I hope you found out some useful information. Maybe you didn't learn about it before or never heard about it. But if you have, great. If you want to dive into it more, I'll go ahead and be sure to put it down in the description. You can check it out. Yo, what up, Crazy Joe? What's going on? We are drinking non-alcoholic beer. This is the Bitburger because I have a show to do in about 2 hours. Really looking forward to heading down to Marina Del Rey where we'll be filming. But this is what we're drinking is the Bitburger non-alcoholic. Let me go ahead and try it. Amen about that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I agree, Drunatek. That's cool. Just chilling, playing some games. Always fun. Good stuff, Joe. All right. The Bitburger is a really nice taste. Despite what my dad thinks, I'm sorry there's no alcohol. But it's actually really delicious beer. It's refreshing. It's clean. And I'm enjoying it. Now, let's go to the segment called What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? What am I watching? I'm watching a really fun show. Speaking of children and cults and weird kind of mystery police officer type stuff. We talked about it last week because I watched season 1. I moved on to season 2 because I absolutely love the actor Bill Pullman. And I'm talking about The Sinner. I think it was made for a USA, but now it's on Netflix, all 3 seasons. And The Sinner is great. I'm on season 2 where there's like a weird cult in upstate New York. And they're like a hippie cult. Do you remember this cut? Yes, what's up? Of course. Welcome to the show. Guys, I got some of my old students in the house. Welcome. Thank you so much. I miss you guys. Curtis was awesome. I loved teaching there. I loved subbing there. And, Coach D misses you guys. Please say hello to everyone. Let me know, are you still at Curtis? I'm going to be putting out a bunch of Dr. Seuss books. So if you could tell the people over at Curtis for Dr. Seuss Week, I'd love to, go ahead and promote those videos for the younger kids. But thank you so much for hopping on and joining us. Welcome to the show. I have some of my former students here. That's awesome. But what are you reading? What are you watching? I'm watching The Sinner season 2. It's awesome. Bill Pullman's great. Now I moved to LA, Ohio. So I'm okay, Joe. Well, Ohio's good. Ohio's good. I hope that you're enjoying yourself. It was very nice to teach you, and I hope that you're having a good time. Now, here's the fun thing. What am I reading? What am I reading? I'm reading one of the coolest books ever. I'm contemplating on doing a reading man. Do you guys, maybe you remember this, maybe you don't, but it's still going, and it's going strong. And I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what I'm reading. Check this out. An old school. I'm going to Harvard Westlake now. Awesome. I love that school. Please, keep your head up. This pandemic's almost over. You'll be able to go to normalcy. Say hello to anybody that I coached or taught over there that is now with you at Harvard Westlake. Check out this old school Dungeons and Dragons book. This is the 2nd edition. Where is it? The shoot tonight, Drunatic, is down in Marina Del Rey. It's on a bunch of boats down in a harbor. But check this out. This is what I'm reading. This is from 1977. It is the 2nd Dungeons and Dragons book made. And look at it. It's all the different creatures and all the different crazy stories about each one. How many hit points they have. Look at this book. It's so cool. It's like yellow. It's so old. Let's take a look at some of these monsters. We have the Brachiosaurus. We have over here the Storm Giant. We have over there the Cloud Giant. We have the Lurker above and the Lothicam. Oh man, these things are really cool. I'm enjoying reading this. I used to play this a lot, all the time with my dear cousin. My cousin Chucky used to be the dungeon master, and I used to love sleeping over at my grandma's house. And we would play this. Yeah, this is lit. And, for my friend to give me this book to go ahead and read, and, it brings back a lot of memories. I miss my dear cousin. And, whenever I think about Dungeons and Dragons, I think about the times where I used to sleep over and we would play. And he was an amazing dungeon master. And this book is really cool to go ahead and read about all the different monsters. And, this is where it started. Still continues to go on. It's really advanced right now, and the drawings and the books and stuff are amazing. Obviously, as things got evolved through time, you wouldn't believe some of the cool monster drawings. And I think there's even shows on it. But Dungeons and Dragons, I'm reading the original Monster Manual from 1977. Pretty bitchin'. If you want to go ahead, I love that city. Was Yeah, it is. It's a great city. Um, if you get a chance, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below what you're reading, what you're watching. Now it's time to go ahead and finish the Bit Burger non-alcoholic. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score. As much as I know that there's no alcohol, I still feel somewhat of a buzz. I think that's probably psychologically tripping me out because there's absolutely no percentage of alcohol in either one of these beers. It's probably my mind telling me that, well, you're so used to drinking beer, you got to be a little buzzed after two. But really, delicious beer, outstanding taste. Let me go ahead and get another swig. I'll give it a score and drop out of here with the quote of the week. Remarkable. 0%. 0%. It's crazy. Where is it? Yeah, 0%. As you can see, 0% right there. And on this one, where is it? I saw it here earlier. I forget where I saw it over here, just to keep things rolling. I guarantee 0% on both of these. So there is no alcohol. It's not even like mouthwash, right? Where there's a little bit of alcohol in it. But guys, let's go to the scorecard. The Bit Burger, the taste. Wow. When I think about taste, I think, a refreshing, clean, delicious beer. Just gonna hit that spot that you enjoy, that you like beer. It's got a grassy flavor to it. Definitely got some aftertaste of a cereal grain or like a malty roasted flavor, but spot on. Really tastes good. And I'm gonna go ahead and also give it a 4.0. Things have gotten a lot better since O'Doul's, right? The price for this guy, not bad at all. Being that it's a German beer, I guess it was imported, but let's see where it was made. Yeah, from Munich, it was brought in. Okay, some other shipping company brought it in, but really not a bad price. It was $1.99, so $2. It's a little bit smaller and a little bit less than the other can, but that's okay. One beer, $2. That's not bad for a 6-pack. You're looking at $12 a 6-pack. Not bad, okay, but it probably would go down in price after taxes. So you're looking at about $14 for a 12-pack. If you want a 12-pack, I didn't want to buy a 12-pack of non-alcoholic, but overall, not bad. I'd pay $2 to try it. So with that being said, I'm also going to give it a 3.5. Nice score, really good price on it. Now let's go to the design. Now I like the design because it's very classic. Hi, London with it. Okay, it's very classic. But here's the cool thing about it. Okay, it's got this cool font, Bit Burger and stuff. But alcohol free, and they have this little sticker here, drive. Okay, so obviously it's nothing to laugh about. There's nothing funny about drinking and driving. But right here on Bit Burger, the label, they labeled drive. So maybe that catches your eye. Or if you're in the non-alcoholic world, you know what you're looking for. You see that, you're like, yeah, okay, that's a non-alcoholic. Why would they put drive on an alcoholic beer? So that's kind of cool. It's got some German writing on it. It tells you 0% alcohol, which is, if you're looking for it, especially if you're a recovering alcoholic, that is huge. So overall, I like it. I like the classic bottle look to it. I feel like this would be a nice beer that you'd pick up in Germany, and just overall, nothing to wow about. But because they have that little sticker that says drive, I also like that, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5 as well. Now, accessibility. I don't know how accessible this beer is. I don't know where you can get it. I've only seen it one place. Let me know if you can get it over in your city, in your country, if you can get it in your state. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe it's mass produced. I don't know how much you'll be able to get it in South America, Asia, or in Africa. But you might be able to find this somewhere in Europe, being a German beer. So accessibility, okay, I'm going to give it a little bit higher score than the before when I said that the well-being one was a 2.5, 2.0. I'm going to give this one a 2.5. 2.5, not a bad score. It's just not super accessible, but I'm sure if you went looking for it, you can find it. And then on the last one, the Travel Man Dan factor. To be honest with you, the only factor that I can really bring into this one is that it tastes very, very similar to a German beer. And that is really good if you're a non-alcoholic beer drinker and you like to taste the beer. No, that sounds weird, right? Isn't that why we like to drink beer, to get a little toasty? But this one, spot on. Okay, not going to give it a great score for Travel Man Dan Factor because, well, there really wasn't anything that stood out to me other than that it tasted as good as a German alcoholic beer would. The fact that, well, non-alcoholic beers have gone a long way does add to it, but overall, nothing to just kind of really overwhelm me. And that's why I'm going to give it the TMD factor of a 3.0. So, not a bad score. Let me go ahead and total these up, and I'll let you know what the Bitburger scored. Okay, so the Bitburger, although it was as tasty as can be, it did not hit the bar. It is just under the bar at 16.5. Bubba's in the house. What up, Bubba? Okay, 16.5 is what it scored. It's just under the bar, but like I said before, not a terrible beer. Definitely would try it again if you get a chance and you're around. The Bitburger non-alcoholic, it's worth a shot for a can of or a bottle for $1.99. The Well-Being was also a delicious IPA, right at the bar at 17. Overall, I feel great. I feel clear. I'm ready to rehearse my lines. Hello, Bubba. I'm ready to go drive to set. That's the main factor. Is it's on the west side. It's over on the ocean near Venice Beach. So I have to drive there. Feel completely fine. Gonna wash up and head on over to the set. These are the beers that we did today. This one, this IPA, this had a 17, and the Bitburger non-alcoholic had a 16.5. And now I'm going to leave you guys with the quote of the week, and here it goes. Excuse me. Allergies. The wind's kicking off here in California, and it blows all this crazy pollen around. All right, here we go. This one comes from an actor, George Clooney, and he said, "The only failure is not to try." Very simple. Greg Z's in the house. Greg Z, what's up? We missed you, man. George Clooney said, and it's a very simple phrase, right? He said, the only failure is not to try. And it's so basic, it's very simple, and you can apply it to whatever you do in life, whatever your path is, however your perceived life is, and however that is relative. Just try it, okay? You're not failing anything. And maybe you have some type of insecurities. Maybe you have something that is holding you back. Maybe you're just flat out just scared, right? But not trying is how you fail at it. If you try at it, whatever that may be, and you don't do good, and, well, maybe you get removed, maybe you stop doing it, well, you didn't fail. You didn't fail. And I love this quote by Clooney, because he says, yeah, it's a good one. He says, good luck to the next. He says, the only part of failure is not trying. So whatever it is, whatever you do, whatever you want to do, it's possible. You can do it. You just have to try. You just have to start. Whatever the hell that is, whenever you bring that into your life, just start and try. I don't care what it is. It could be something so simple as creating some kind of new dish that you always wanted to try, or bake a food the way that you wanted to. It could be something really, really kind of long and drawn out, like going for your master's degree. But if you don't try, if you never give it a shot, that's the failure. And I love that George Clooney did that, and I love that he said that, because that's how I've always felt. It's like, you know what? What do you got to lose? you can at least try it. So I hope that you can maybe find some kind of wisdom, some kind of value in that quote. I know it came from George Clooney. Interpret it the way that you want to. But please, whatever it is, guys, whatever's burning inside you, if you wanted to do something for a long time, just try it. Because if you try it and you get going, you may find you're pretty good. You may advance in it, and you may continue it for the rest of your life or have that skill or whatever it was. But if you don't try, then you failed. So, hope that you guys enjoyed this show. I'm going to go ahead and get all my stuff ready, wash up, and head on over to the set. Thank you, Greg Z. It's so great to have you here. I miss having you chiming in each and every week. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for hopping on here. Marina Del Rey from me. Tell her we'll be back. And good luck tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lunatic. It's Theodore Brooklyn is the name. All right. Welcome, guys. Wish we had longer. We ended it a little short. Thanks for a great show. Thank you so much. Guys, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I wish you the very best. Thanks for watching. I'm Travel Man Dan. Remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, freak. See you guys later. Jen, see you later. Lisa, love you. Bye-bye. Dad, if you're still here, hope you're doing good. Have a good one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you next week. Next week, I'm bringing out the big jug from Tenacious Freak and Aquanox, and we're gonna get slobber knockered. I promise. I'm gonna drink a big old beer out of that thing. All right, later, Bubba. Have a good one. All right, see you guys. Bye bye. Bye, Dad.